Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we're gonna be um today we're gonna be basically predicting week 2 of the NFL. Now I was supposed to get this video out yesterday, but I totally forgot to upload it, so now you're getting it on Thursday. Now keep in mind I live in Ohio, so that means it is 4:16. We are 3 hours away from the Thursday night football game, so this is being predicted before the game, just for any just in case something goes on with my video being uploaded, because I'm doing this at 5:16 on Thursday in Ohio, Eastern time. But we're gonna be predicting all of these games, talking about how they look good and all that fun stuff from last week. And we're gonna jump right into it. So for tonight's football game, which is 3 hours away, you got the Buffalo Bills heading to Miami. The Bills, yeah, they struggled in that first half against the Cardinals. But then the second half, 21 unanswered points. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things, just like usual. I picked Cardinals to win that game initially, but I thought it could go either way. It's a week 1 game. It's in Buffalo. Looks like Buffalo got the win, so of course they had to prove me wrong for that game. But for Miami, they didn't show up most of the game either. Tyreek Hill got detained before the game, which is crazy and bizarre. And then after that, I think I know we know why the cops wanted to arrest him. Not being racist. I'm talking about the 80-yard touchdown that he put up against the Jaguars in the second half, which pretty much sealed the Dolphins to victory. Game-winning field goal was good, and they won 20-17. Also, before this game, there's news that Raheem Mostert is not going to be in this game due to an injury. I forgot what injury it is. And then Achane could be dated. He was day to day yesterday. We don't know if Achane's going to play tonight. Raheem Mostert is definitely not going to be. But I mean, even without Raheem Mostert, the Dolphins, they could push it downfield. They got Hill. The Bills are going to be they're definitely not going to. The Bills are not going to think they're going to run the ball tonight, which I don't think the Dolphins are going to either. There's going to be a lot of passing tonight, I would expect, from Tua, the big guy himself. I think the Dolphins are going to come on top here. I got them winning 24-20. I think they're going to double cover Hill. I think it's going to be a close game. They're going to keep it tight. And then, yeah, they're going to keep it really tight until the end of the game. And I think the Dolphins still will come on top. Just because, well, I like Miami this year. Had their record 11-6. I mean, Miami's still a good football team. Had a little rust in week 1. They're going to be double covering him. I bet Jalen Waddle and probably, what's his name? Durham Smythe might have a big game tonight. Just because Hill's going to be double covered. And I don't even know the wide receiver 3. I think it's Odell, but I think he's hurt or something. But anyways, I'm going to take the Dolphins here, 24-20. Enough yapping about the Bills-Dolphins game. Next game we got is the Saints at Cowboys. Oof. Well, the Saints completely proved me wrong at week 1. Yeah, 47-10 Panthers. What are you doing? The Saints just put a beat down on the Panthers. It was bad. Like, Derek Carr looked good. Rashid looked good. Kamara looked good. Everybody looked good for the Saints that game. The defense, importantly, too. Got 3 turnovers from Bryce Young. I mean, who else's defense wouldn't? I mean, I've already said it, guys. I know Panthers fans don't like to hear it, but I think Bryce Young is not going to be their quarterback, sadly. They should have just got Stroud. And if they got Stroud, the Panthers could be the one that might be having 12-5 predictions right now. But that's their fault, because they're a cursed franchise. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they smacked the crap out of the Browns, too. Prescott played decent. Ezekiel Elliott, he was pretty mid, which is the best that Cowboys can get out of him. And the defense, most importantly, got to Watson a lot that game. And they just did a good job executing. Dallas, They proved to be still good. CD Lamb is crazy. He went crazy. Brandon Cooks had a touchdown. So overall, the Cowboys did good. Now this is going to be the test game for the Saints. Are they going to be really for real this year? Or are they going to be a meh team? Now, I did have the record. I predicted the record 4-13. This makes me look terrible after the week 1 win. Because that's like barely getting a win. I even took Carolina week 1. Because I thought maybe, Bryce Young may have a good game. Etc. Because I thought those were the two teams that were not going to be really good. But this is a really good test for the Saints. Unfortunately, I'm not taking the Saints here. I'm taking the Cowboys 30-13. I think the Saints are going to have a little bit of trouble against that Dallas defense. I think Dallas is going to get to Derek Carr. They're going to cause some problems. Because, yeah, that's what Dallas defense always does. So Dallas wins 30-13. Next game you got the Buccaneers at Lions. Ooh. Okay, Buccaneers at Lions. Sorry if I sound a little bit weird right now. I feel a little stuffy today. I don't know why. But, Buccaneers at Lions. This should be a really fun game. Baker Mayfield looking like a freaking god out there on the field. I mean, he was probably... Yeah, I think they said he was the best looking quarterback this far. And I want to talk about quarterbacks for a minute, too. There was not many quarterbacks that had... I don't think there was a quarterback that had 300 passing yards. Unless there was 2. I forgot. I don't know if Mahomes or... I don't think Mahomes did either. Quarterbacks really didn't look that great in week 1. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, Baker Mayfield obviously being the best looking one. Then you got the Lions going toe-to-toe with the Rams. Unfortunately, the Rams don't have Puka Nacua for 4 weeks, it looks like. So, the Lions went into overtime with the Rams. Cooper Kupp had a game. That was just a fun Sunday night football game. And yeah. But I think this is another test for the Buccaneers too. Because I had their Buccaneers record really low this year. But this is my pick, okay? And I'm going to say why I had the Buccaneers record this low this year. It's because I didn't know how the Falcons are going to do. You don't know how the Falcons are going to do. They're the Falcons. And they Falconed week 1. So this could be a potential 11-6 record Buccaneers team this year. If I did the floor and ceiling thing for them, my ceiling would have been at least 12-5 for the Buccaneers. My floor was like 8-9. I really like the Buccaneers. And Chris Godwin, man, that's another guy I wanted to see get the ball more, and he sure did. So if they keep doing that every week, but what a Baker Mayfield revived his career though. He really did with Tampa. Good job for Baker. Unfortunately, I have the Lions winning here. The Lions are just such a freaking good team. They're such a great football team all around. Defense, offense, you name it. Coaching, you name it. I have the Lions winning 27-20. It's going to be a tight game just like the playoffs. They're going to win by 1 touchdown against the Buccaneers. And then, let's see. We got the Colts at Packers. The Colts. Richardson showing some flashes of being a great QB. Nearly came with the win against Houston, but fell a little bit short. Richardson had that crazy pass from Alec Pierce. I mean, that has to be play of the year so far. I mean, I don't know a better play that happened this year, except for that. That pass with a guy, one of his own guys and another guy in his face, and he launches that thing downfield. I mean, heck, that's crazy. That's, like, so hard. That's probably so hard to do in the NFL. But, yeah. And then, for Green Bay side of things, they had a really fun game against the Eagles. Came up short. Then, Jordan Love got injured nearly last second of the game. They probably could have saved that game if they just put Malik Willis in and just said, okay, we lost. But the Packers thought they could have an opportunity. Game wasn't fully over. But it looks like Packers are going to be with Malik Willis this week. And Yeah, that should be interesting. That's probably not going to go well. So for this game, I have the Colts winning 31-14. I know the Packers have talent on their team. It's just, can Malik Willis give them the ball? Josh Jacobs is probably going to be used once again a lot. He had a good game too last week. But can they carry on production? Can they carry their production like Jordan Love with Malik Willis? Can they transfer it? We don't know. I don't think so. Therefore, Colts win 34-14. Next game. Oh Lord, this is wow. Talk about two upsetting Week 1 teams. You got the Jets at the Tennessee Titans, the New York Jets and the Titans. Yeah, the Jets. Rodgers, he didn't look bad. Stopping the defense though of the Jets looked pretty bad. That the Niners ran Jordan Mason all over the Jets team. All over. I mean, he was everywhere. And then Brock Purdy started getting comfortable, throwing some passes. And that was the end of the game. Rodgers, though, he did show some flashes of him being himself. He did throw a touchdown interception. But I mean, let's be honest, Jets fans, that's a tough game to go to for Week 1. They still played hard. That defense, though, they played bizarre. That's the best way to rhyme that. And yeah, the Titans side of things don't get any better as Levis was up 17-0. And then the Bears defense came out of nowhere and just whopped. They just whopped them. Like, whipped them. Whipped, whatever. I mean, that is just crazy. And I had the Tennessee Titans really high up this season. Kinda, even though they're in 4th place of their division. They're going to be, I think. I really don't think they have a bad team. It's just all around if Will Levis is their guy. Bad Week 1 start. Unfortunately, I have the Jets winning 28-17. You know, there's gonna be some bumps and bruises for the Titans. In last week, I think they'll play a little bit better of a 17-point game than last week if they take advantage of running the ball again on the Jets, like the Niners did with Jordan Mason. We'll see if that carries on. I don't really think so. I think Levis is going to look a little bit better, and I also think Rodgers is going to have a big game this week. So, Jets win 28-17. Next, you got the 49ers at the Vikings. Oof. Okay. The Niners, we already talked about them. Had a good game. Jordan Mason going off. Deebo Samuel. Everybody there still. Got the Ayuk crap going on too. Or done. McCaffrey, though, I don't know what happened to McCaffrey. Why was he injured Week 1? I did not look that up before this. I don't know if he's playing this week or not. Either way, yeah, actually, no, we're going to talk about the Vikings side of things. Let's give Vikings fans a little hope before I tell them the score. Vikings, Sam Darnold looked good against the New York Giants, which is pretty but still, he looked a little bit better. Jefferson doing Jefferson things. Aaron Jones, you know, he's been killing it. He was killing it with the Vikings. And then the Giants kind of gave him the game anyways. I mean, it's the Giants. What else do you expect, Vikings fans? Their defense played well, though, because it's the Giants. So it looks like everything Week 1 worked out for the Vikings. But they're playing the Niners. And like I said, this is either going to be Sam Darnold's big season here, or he's going to be a booty cheek man. And I mean that. Like, actually. But I do think they're playing a really hard 49ers team. I'm going to take the 49ers to win 31-3. They're going to stop Minnesota to 3 points this week. So, Don't get mad, Vikings fans, but it is what it is. I mean, what else do you expect? They got a lot of talent on that Vikings team. Just quarterback is gonna be a meh. But yeah, we're gonna move on. That was just a big prediction. So, 49ers beat Vikings 31-3, and Seahawks at Patriots is the next game. I don't really know what happened in that Seahawks game, but all I know is they had a rough first half, and then they came back and slapped the Broncos on the booty cheeks. And then the Patriots side of things. Do I gotta talk about it? Do I really gotta talk about it? Okay, Ramondre Stevenson ran all over the Bengals, which the Bengals' biggest thing is to stop the run this year. They gotta stop the run, and guess what the Patriots did? They took advantage of it. Brissett had some passes, I guess. But the main thing, though, is Ramondre Stevenson carried the New England Patriots to that win. The Bengals had so many... You know what? We're not going to talk about the Bengals right now. We'll get to that when we get to it. But for this game, I'm actually going to go with the Seahawks. I got it. Another low-score game prediction. I got them winning 19-6. I just don't know about that Patriots offense still. I mean, yes, Ramondre Stevenson isn't going to be good every single week. Y'all going to understand that. But he'll be good some weeks. In week 1, he did. I think he's going to take a little bit of step down this week. Jacoby Brissett, I think, is still starting. So, yeah. Seahawks win 19-6. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Next thing. You got Giants at Commanders. I got the Commanders winning this game off the bat. I'm saying it off rip. Because Jaden Daniels, you know what? Jaden Daniels, he played really good against the Buccaneers. He played hard. He has nobody on that team. Nobody. He barely used Terry McLaurin. He put up them 20 points himself against the Buccaneers. And that's what I like about Washington. They're giving him opportunities with just like one. Well, I don't like having one receiver as his receiver core. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, Zach Ertz and freaking Terry McLaurin is pretty much that offense. Oh, and I guess the run game. But yeah, Austin Eckler was his big receiver that week, though. And I mean, there's some things to be excited for Washington this year. You get to see a little bit of him, which they did. And the Giants side, the Giants just suck. Also, them jerseys are poo-poo, so we're not going to... Actually, no, they're ASS. My bad. I mean, they really are. But yeah, Giants jerseys suck. Therefore, Washington... Washington wins 20-17. I mean... This game can go anyway. But Washington wins this game 20-17. I don't really know how much to explain this game because that's brutal. Next game you got Chargers at Panthers. The Chargers took advantage of the run against the Raiders. Kind of an unexpected win to me because I thought the Raiders were going to really have that game in the bag. But, Chargers took advantage of it. They didn't look too horrible. I didn't really see many highlights from the game. But yeah, the Chargers and Raiders, or the Chargers, didn't look too horrible. The Panthers, they looked horrible. They were horrible. Bryce Young still throwing he threw 3 interceptions. I mean, it really, really sucks to see a rookie quarterback that was a number 1 pick on the Panthers just eat booty cheeks. Straight booty cheeks. And I'm actually being for real, too. So in this game, I guess I still don't know about the Chargers offense. I guess I'll take the Chargers again. They're kind of getting some weird wins. They'll get some weird wins here for these first 2 weeks. So I guess I'll take them to win again. Chargers win 23-9, I guess, because Carolina just sucks. I mean, they might tank already Um, but it's just sad. You can't see nothing out of your quarterback yet. And it's been a while. Next game, you got Browns at Jaguars. The Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson. Looking like Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Ravens quarterback. Hey, good job, Deshaun Watson. That's what all three of us like to see. All three of our fan bases like to see Watson play like that. But no, on the real note, Cleveland, you really need to get rid of Watson. I don't think he's not going to get back to form. For that to happen, Christmas is going to have to be here for that. I mean, honestly, Santa will have to, you know what? Santa's out here. No, okay. You know what? We're not going to be disrespectful. But, you know what is good? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Cleveland basically, I don't know how to describe Cleveland because that was just a bad game. But yeah, Cleveland basically didn't really do much. Deshaun Watson did not play that good. And yeah, that was the end of that. Meanwhile, the Jaguars, rough game against Miami. Rough game. They started out really strong, and they kind of just stopped being strong. So, yeah, I mean, this should be a heck of a game. I do got the Jaguars winning this game, just because I have more faith in Trevor Lawrence than I do in than Deshaun Watson. The weapons are there for both teams. Browns defense has more of an advantage, and Jacksonville's offensive line has more of an advantage. To me. Well, I don't know about the offensive line. But still, I like the Jaguars to win here, 26-16. I really don't know how to feel about this Browns offense. I mean, just get rid of Deshaun Watson. Is it that hard? God dang, he's not going to go back to form, guys. What are you doing? Next up, oh my goodness. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Ravens in Baltimore. Baltimore was a toe away from beating the Chiefs. Yeah. They were a toe away from beating the Chiefs. Isaiah Likely, not Lockley. I almost said Lockley. That would have been bad, but Likely, had a big game against the Chiefs. Almost. He got hurt, comes back, nearly makes the catch of the year. And he was just like 2 inches away from winning the game or tying the game. And that's how the Ravens lost. Meanwhile, the Raiders, the defense did pretty good, but the offense, ugh. And that's the biggest thing for the Raiders to me this year. I really have a lot of faith in that offense, but if they're going to put up 10 points a game, that's not going to win you many football games. But I do like the Ravens. Unfortunately, Raiders fans are going to have to go 0-2. You know, it happens. I got the Ravens here winning 34-21. So, and if you hear anything in the background, ignore it. But I got the Ravens winning 34-21. You know, I got the Raiders putting up at least a little bit of a fight, but not too much of a fight. So, there you go. Ravens win 34-21. Next game, Rams at Cardinals. This is a game I've went back and forth on because I like both of these teams. But the Rams, unfortunately, lost Puka for 4 weeks. It's going to be a rough first start for the Rams because I really love their team. I truly do. And it's going to be interesting to see LA this year. Even without Puka, Cooper Kupp, you know what? He showed flashes of his old self. And that's what Rams fans need to see now, or they will have cancer from watching their team. Nah, I'm joking. But on the real note, you know, Stafford's still there. You got Kyron Williams. I think they'll be all fine. They got Tutu Atwell. You got Higbee still there. I like Atwell, so you know, Atwell's there. You got Ben Skoranek. I don't think they got Ben Skoranek. I don't know. But even if not, they still got someone there. Stafford's there. With Stafford, you're already a good team. So, and then Arizona, one pass away. They were one pass away from beating the Buffalo Bills. Kyler Murray just did not see Marvin Harrison. And that was the end of that football game. It came close to the end, too. He almost got the Dortch. He almost made it to Greg Dortch on that last pass if you saw the game. But they lost 28-34. What a game that was. I had to go into overtime. It almost did. But, Cardinals also showed something that they could put up a fight. They could put up fights. And that's why I have the record so high up this year. It's because I know the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's healthy. That's actually a not bad football team. They still got receivers. They got Marvin Harris Jr. They just need to get him more involved. If they would have got him more involved that game, they probably would have won even bigger than 2 scores. But unfortunately, Rams, without Puka, the Cardinals are gonna put up a fight. I got the Cardinals upset. This is an upset game. 23-19. Cardinals win. And I'm sorry, Rams. You're starting 0-2 like the... No. Never mind. Let's not curse it. You're starting 0-2 like the Bengals from last year. So good luck. Next game. Speaking of the kiddies, the Bengals... Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's talk about the Chiefs first. You got the Bengals at Chiefs. The Chiefs, they beat the Ravens. And we can all blame the Bills for Xavier Worthy. As he ran in for a touchdown, I think he had a couple catches too. And they're going to be... The good thing about this game, though, is that they're not going to have Hollywood Brown, which I really don't think is going to matter much because, yeah, Worthy's there. If he can catch, it's already bad. They got Kelsey. I mean, Mahomes doing Mahomes things on the field. The defense played well against Baltimore. Got after Lamar Jackson. And for Cincinnati, we got a long talk here. Cincinnati lost to New England. And we're still starting without a win in week 1. We were heavy favorites against New England, and we just crapped the bed. And I blame the orange jerseys. No, I'm just kidding. Those were fire. But still, losing that game was heartbreaking because we had so many opportunities. We fumbled like twice, I think. Tanner Hudson almost scored. He fumbled. Charlie Jones trying to grab a punt. Fumbled. Mike Gesicki caught a touchdown. Out of bounds. And you could kind of see how we lost that game. Zach Moss did have a touchdown, which I like to see the run game actually do good. But the stopping the run, though, the biggest thing is our defense, too. That's another thing. We got to see how their defense got to get better at stopping the run. It really does. The offensive line, though, this was my biggest surprise. The offensive line started to look really bad in the first half. The second half, it started looking pretty clean. And that's what you want to see if you're a Bengals fan. What you don't want to see is that T. Higgins might be out for the Kansas City game. Because we didn't have him either. Jamar had a big whole contract extension thing going on. It's terrible. It was all terrible. Jamar's going to play, though. He's going to be back to playing. We don't got to worry about that anymore, hopefully. Hopefully. But I'm sure we don't got to. T. Higgins, don't think he's going to play. Andre Voshivash, he's going to have to step up. Mike Gesicki, they're going to have to execute better. We would have won that New England game if we would have just caught at least one of those touchdowns that Burrow threw. Really. I mean, that's what it came down to. The Bengals, they didn't look too bad in week 1. It's just that we didn't execute properly. We didn't get the touchdowns that we had. They didn't take advantage. They didn't take their advantages when they could. So that means bigger for Cincinnati this week. Without Higgins last week, they knew how it was. Bengals always play hard against Kansas City. Who do I got winning this game? I got Bengals winning. Yes, call me crazy, but I'm never picking against my team. And if you think that, you can leave, buddy. So, Bengals win 31-28. Burrowhead. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm trolling Chiefs. Nah, Chiefs. I'm trolling. So, Bengals win though. I think they're gonna put up a good fight. 31-28 is the final score. Next game we got Steelers at Broncos. The Steelers, Chris Boswell being the god of being the savior for the Steelers, putting up 6 field goals, no touchdowns. Justin Fields played okay, which is and then the Broncos kind of crapped the bed because they have a rookie quarterback. But I'm gonna make this a quick pick here. I'm gonna say the Steelers win this game. You know, Broncos. The Broncos are Broncos. I mean, they're gonna crap the bed too. Anyways, like I was saying, I had to tell my sister to be quiet because she was yelling outside here. So I had to tell them to be quiet, but in a nice way. But I got the Steelers winning here. 24-13. Broncos. I'm sorry, Broncos fans. Just get through the season and you'll get more receivers, and then you'll go through a season with Bo Nix. Hopefully he's your quarterback. He played good in the preseason. Regular season, meh. Next game, though, you got the Chicago Bears taking on the Houston Texans. Ooh, the Bears. The Bears defense was the star of the show against the Titans. They played hard. That Bears defense is going to be really scary this year. Caleb Williams, he looked like a rookie. Not going to blame him too much. And that's what Bears fans want to see. They want to see their defense take over for the first half of the season, and then they want to see Caleb Williams more. So, that's basically how this is going to go. But, the Houston Texans, oh my, Joe Mixon ran all over the Colts defense. We're going to miss him, man. If Joe Mixon. But it's fine. He's in a better place. I'm not saying Houston's better, but I'm just saying he's probably in a better place. But yeah, Joe Mixon ran all over the Colts. Stephon Diggs had a game. Nico Collins had a game. Everybody, I mean, Houston is just Houston. CJ Stroud is him. He's got all the weapons. I mean, it's pretty clear. But I do think the Bears defense is going to give Houston some problems tonight. Therefore, I do have still Houston winning. With a score of 21-18, I think they're going to keep it tight because the defense is pretty good. Both defenses are pretty good. So, yeah, we're going to see that from Houston and Indianapolis. Or, Chicago. Whoops, sorry. In the last game on Monday Night Football. Also, this game was Sunday night. I don't know if I said that. But Monday Night Football is Falcons at Eagles. Oh, shoot. So the Falcons, they falconed against the Steelers. Not good. Kirk Cousins did not play that good. Kyle Pitts had some catches. Bijan Robinson had some rushing. And that was pretty much it. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they had a rough first. They had a really rough first quarter. And then they just started swinging on all cylinders against the Green Bay Packers. Saquon Barkley, he looks amazing on that team. Saquon, good job for you. You found your destination. So therefore, I mean, I really don't know how the Falcons are going to play this year. And I really don't know how the Eagles are going to do this year. But to me, this is, Kirk Cousins has a really bad week too. And especially on Monday Night Football. He is not good on Monday Night Football. But I do think he'll put up a fight here against the Eagles. I got the Eagles winning 35-27. I think Kirk Cousins is going to put up a little bit of a fight. Give Falcons fans some optimism for the year. And if Kirk Cousins is your quarterback, it's going to be really, really grim in Atlanta. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think about these picks. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content. Yeah, I'm still trying to get this PC and that, and, well, I'm going to be getting this PC here. And we'll be getting some good things going on streams and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, tell me in the comments what you think about the picks. And that is the end of this video. Peace out.